Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy D Breezy. Just kind of wanted to make just a short, free-form video with a life update. Just kind of small. I don't have a script for this or anything, so just kind of. So sorry if I ramble. Yeah. As the title of this video suggests, some things have happened recently, and regrettably, if I can even fucking speak, I am having to sell my entire video game collection. Um, just, I need the money, basically. And I have already sold it. I did, guess it's been like a week ago now, maybe almost a week, and I'm still just kind of processing it in my mind. I don't think it's fully sunk in yet that I did sell it. With my depression and anxiety and stuff, I don't think I've really processed it because it did suck. But before you get all sad and whatever, don't worry about it. I don't need pity. It's me making stupid decisions in life, and now I'm just having to pay the price for it. So it's not like, oh, something happened to somebody and we gotta pay for, no. It's all, my own issue that I created. And that's fine. You know, you gotta take responsibility for what you do and fix it. Uh, so basically, everything from my PS5 all the way back to my original two consoles, which were my Game Boy Color. I think I got that back in like 99 or 2000. And then my N64, which I got either the same year or about a year or two later. I can't exactly remember. But, you know, selling both of those consoles did hurt a lot because they were my first ones. I've kept the same ones. I even had the same controllers from when I was a kid. A lot of great memories with that stuff. And for me, the main reason that sucked about selling all this was just basically a lot of that stuff my mom gave to me and bought for me over the years. And, my mom was basically my favorite person ever. And since she's not here anymore, I really cherished having that stuff. Um, like, her favorite Tetris game, and mine as well, for example, was the new Tetris on N64. Sold that. Uh, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Gold on the Game Boy, and my mom gave me that on my 9th birthday when we went to. We lived in Georgia at the time, where I'm from, and we went on a road trip up to Tennessee, and she took me to Graceland because as a kid I was an absolutely massive Elvis fan, and still am. But seeing Graceland was awesome, and I remember we were sitting at a gas station, and I guess I was already playing stuff on my Game Boy, and she handed me Pokemon Gold in the car, and I played it that entire trip, and I've played it countless hours since then. That was 2003. Yeah, I'm old. But yeah, so I had to sell that. That sucked. Um, the next console that hurt was I had the silver limited edition GameCube, and I think my mom gave me that for Christmas one year, so that sucked, getting rid of that. Uh, I had a lot of like either rare games or collector's editions or controllers that you can't buy new anymore, so getting rid of that stuff sucked. uh, Basically, all I'm trying to say is, if you saw my game room tour from, God, that's been what, 4 or 5 years ago? I had NES, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, um, PS2, PS3, PS4. Later got a PS5. Um, I had an original Xbox, Xbox One S, Xbox Series X. I think I already mentioned my 360, but I had the limited edition Halo 4 360 console. That was my favorite looking console in my entire collection. That was badass, so that was fun to get rid of. But yeah, so there was that. The Game Boy Color, my DS, PSP, PS Vita, Sega Genesis, 3DS. Uh, so, all my consoles are gone. All my games are gone. And because I needed the money as fast as possible. So, I could have gotten more money doing eBay, obviously, or, maybe a local sale like a convention or something. But anyway, I needed the money as fast as possible, so I basically took all my stuff over 2 days. It ended up being like 3 or 4 totes, plastic totes full of stuff, and just took it to the local retro store here down the road and sold it. I won't disclose what I got for it, obviously. Why would I? But, you can obviously make more doing eBay, but the time to list it, take the pictures, you know, keep track of everything, sell it, and the cost to ship it for each item, because you gotta think it was, like 10 or so consoles and then hundreds of games total. That would have taken forever and would have been very expensive. So I just took it to the retro store and sold it, and that was that. And like I said, I'm still kind of processing it, because as my in-life friends and probably people that watch the channel do know, I suffer very much with severe depression and anxiety. I've had issues with it for the past 17 years nonstop. But luckily I am on medication for it, so I think that is helping me right now, for better or worse. I think that's part of the reason why I haven't completely melted down like I would have done a few years ago if this happened. But yeah, so like I said, it's not fully in the brain yet, I don't think, but that's okay. Like I said, no reason to feel, sympathy or pity for me. Who cares? Who gives a shit? You know, like I said, I had to pay for what happened, and that's it. That's all there is to it, really. So, it sucked having to sell it, but such is life. Life sucks at least 99% of the time. But anyway, so now, what's next? What's the plan? Well, things are pretty much taken care of now, which is good. Saving up money. Before the end of this year, for sure, I'm going to try to, move to a different state and get my own place. We'll see if that happens. But I'm working on it. So that's in the plan. And then once I get moved, settled, back in, a good situation, I definitely want to get back into gaming again. I already miss it. This is the first time in, 25, 26 years that I've never had games around. I've been a gamer my entire life. And so now, you can't see it, but the phone is on the TV stand right now, and I'm looking down here and there's no consoles there. It's so weird to me. So, having to get rid of it is weird, just not having games around. But I am hoping that I'm going to get back into it, and with that, I'm going to segue into what I want to do when I get back into it, and that is, I feel like I'm either going to get a PS2 or an original Xbox, because just gaming now, the entire industry, between the layoffs, the use of AI, really irritates me. I hate AI to no end, and just really just the whole industry in general is in a free fall right now. And I don't like having to be constantly online, having to update games and consoles all the time, having to install shit. It's irritating. So I want to go back to the old stuff that I grew up with. You plug it in, you put the disc in, it works. You play it. You don't charge controllers, you don't update controllers, you don't update the consoles, you don't install or update the games. You just put the fucking disc in and it works. So I think me, myself, and thousands, if not millions, of other people in this world miss that. So when I can, I do want to get back into retro gaming, and I think I'll stick with either PS2 or original Xbox for a while. Just simpler, and also, since I grew up during that generation, you don't have money when you're a kid, so there's tons of fantastic games that I just have not played from that time. So this would be a good time to go back and catch up. Definitely don't think I'll get to where I have what I used to have with my collection. If I do, it'll probably be 5 to 10 years from now. Shit's expensive. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to make this video and say, well, I do want to say one thing, kind of random, but since I don't have my Xbox anymore or the PS5, the new Doom just came out, The Dark Ages, and Doom Eternal, which is the game before this, is my favorite first-person shooter of all time. I love that game, even though I suck at it. But so New Doom just came out, and can't play it. So that is bothering me quite a bit. Hopefully sometime soon I'll get to play that at like a friend's house or something, but whatever. We'll see. Yeah, basically I just wanted to kind of just give updates, because since I don't have the PS5 or Xbox anymore, I obviously won't be able to do live streams or anything for quite a while. I'd say it's going to be at least 6 months. So, I apologize for that. There are a lot of games I want to play, and hopefully someday I'll get back to them. Yeah, I just wanted to get everything off my chest, to kind of, I guess, help bring closure to it, even though it hasn't really sunk in yet into this dumbass brain. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope everything's good. Hopefully you're not having to sell games to live your life, because shit's expensive right now. But yeah, hope you guys are alright, and hopefully I'll be back soon with more content, and hopefully I can get back to games again pretty soon. But until then, have a good night, good day, good week, whatever you got going on when you watch this, and just, hope you're doing well. Peace.